Xing Tian glanced at Zhang Yi, gritted his teeth, and said, "Zhang Yi, our last hope is placed on you." He gathered all his last superpowers together and then blessed them all on Zhang Yi. This made Zhang Yi feel that his body was stronger and faster, and even his 5 senses became extremely sharp. Yuan Kongye did not stop others from leaving. As long as she wanted, no one in the entire Tianhai city could escape. She was just very curious about Zhang Yi's attitude and didn't know what this man wanted to do. Bailey Changqing sent Wu Di, who was almost exhausted, away, but returned to the battlefield. His injuries were not light, but he could still control them, so he would not leave the battlefield. Zhang Yi saw this scene but did not stop it. Yuan Kongye saw this scene and said, "What on earth is he going to do? Since Bailey Changqing is willing, then let him fight together." But Zhang Yi did not expect him to play a big role. Bailey Changqing suddenly threw a black pistol over. Zhang Yi recognized it at a glance. It was the pistol of their captain, Bian Junwu. Zhang Yi frowned slightly. "Gun?" Bailey Changqing said, "There are about 20 origin bullets in it." The name of the origin bullet made Zhang Yi a little tempted. It was a bullet specially used to deal with mutants, and it could even pose a certain threat to Yuan Kongye. "Okay, I'll take it." Zhang Yi raised his head and looked at Yuan Kongye, narrowing his eyes slightly. "Everything should have an end, right?" Yuan Kongye's mouth curled up slightly. She was suspended in midair, her body enveloped by a sacred light. "Who gave you the confidence?" "Zhang Yi, you know nothing about power. As for me, I haven't tried my best yet." Yuan Kongye opened her arms, and the majestic supernatural power formed a violent storm around her. "Now, I'm slowly getting used to so many abilities in my body. Don't worry, I'll kill you soon and take away your power." With Yuan Kongye as the center, a more terrifying storm emerged. The ground under Zhang Yi and Bailey Changqing's feet was broken even more severely, and countless broken stones were suspended in the air. Bailey Changqing used his flexible speed to jump away, stepping on one boulder after another in the air, trying to attack Yuan Kongye. Yuan Kongye's eyes were full of fierce breath, and the 5 fingers of her right hand were opened and aimed at him, and a huge mental force swept him away directly. Even the most powerful enhancement-type ability users cannot use their own power in the air. Zhang Yi ignored Bailey Changqing. When the vibration under his feet began, his figure flashed in the air and appeared opposite Yuan Kongye. The vector direction of the mutant space is not affected by the outside world. Therefore, as long as Zhang Yi controls the direction of the door, he can achieve any teleportation within a range of 300 meters, or even stagnate in the air. Yuan Kongye waved her left hand, and a black tornado several thousand meters long hung upside down like a sword of Damocles, stabbing Zhang Yi fiercely. But Zhang Yi didn't even dodge. He stood on the ruins of a building and opened his right hand as well. The black tornado completely sank into Zhang Yi's dimensional door. The next moment, a second door suddenly opened on the right side of Yuan Kongye, and the tornado she released began to attack her in turn. Yuan Kongye gave a look, and the huge tornado shattered. "Dimensional gate, huh? Then can you handle this move?" Yuan Kongye asked coldly. The next moment, with Zhang Yi as the center, hundreds of hurricane-shaped spears suddenly appeared in countless directions. In an instant, they rushed towards his location. The hurricane swept through this space wildly, and the earth had been smashed to pieces. But Zhang Yi appeared from another place the next moment. He was safe and sound, and even his expression was the same, indifferent. Bailey Changqing, Xiao Honglian, and others in the distance were all surprised to see this scene. Xiao Honglian was stunned and couldn't help whispering, "It turns out that in the past, he has never used his true strength in front of us." Maybe only Liang Yue and a few people know how terrifying Zhang Yi's ability to save his life is. The dimension gate is already perverted enough, and now there is the ability to shuttle through space, which is enough to make him immune to almost all physical attacks. Yuan Kongye saw that Zhang Yi was safe and sound, and a hint of surprise flashed in her eyes. But soon she sneered disdainfully. "You can only run away?" Although Yuan Kongye hated Zhang Yi's ability, he was not afraid. In the past time, they completed the collection of intelligence on the abilities of the mutants in the entire Tianhai city. They had analyzed Zhang Yi's ability a long time ago. The conclusion was that his defense was full, but his offensiveness was insufficient. Even though Zhang Yi now had the ability of Kamui, this skill consumed too much energy and had a significant pre-swing. Unless it was a sneak attack, it was impossible to kill Yuan Kongye in a head-on battle. Yuan Kongye believed that he was invincible. Of course, Zhang Yi thought so too. The sharpest spear versus the strongest shield, which one would win? The people watching the battle from a distance were extremely nervous, but they could only pray for Zhang Yi. "Come and kill me if you have the guts!" Zhang Yi sneered and made a provocative gesture to Yuan Kongye, and in return, it was naturally a more fierce attack. Zhang Yi's figure kept flashing in the air. With the ability to shuttle through space, his ability to save his life was really first class. Yuan Kongye could not lock him to attack, and ordinary physical attacks would be absorbed by the dimensional gate. Therefore, she could only expand her attack range so that Zhang Yi could not escape from her attack area. But what she didn't expect was that Zhang Yi actually showed a new ability at this time. Although the dimensional gate has a huge area and strong defensive ability, its weakness is that the defense range is one way and cannot be moved. After obtaining this ability, Zhang Yi has been constantly improving it. Finally, he opened a more flexible defensive skill dimensional shield. He can compress the two-dimensional gates to the size of a shield and then control it with both hands. Although the area is reduced, it is more flexible and convenient to defend against attacks from all over the body. Moreover, he does not need to free his hands to launch an attack. In the battle with Yuan Kongye, his only effective means of attack is the pupil technique, Kamui. This battle was fought to the border of the snow worship sect, and the avenue was wiped out. With the defense ability with almost no dead angle, no matter how terrible the attack of Yuan Kongye is, it will be absorbed by Zhang Yi with the dimensional shield and then bounced back. Zhang Yi is not always in a passive state of being beaten. Once he finds Yuan Kongye's gap, he will use Kamui to attack. Yuan Kongye has always been afraid of the power of Kamui, and the attack cannot be too wanton. Whenever Zhang Yi used Kamui, she had to use destruction to counterattack. With the ruins of the snow worship sect as the center, the area of 10 kilometers became the battlefield for the two. Spherical illusory light balls appeared in the air, and everything within the range would be devoured. Logically speaking, Zhang Yi's current combat power is far inferior to Yuan Kongye, and he can't sustain such a long battle. However, on the one hand, he has the blessing of the power of the Xingqian Legion, and on the other hand, he has stored a large amount of supernatural food in his mutant space. While fighting, he will eat to restore his physical strength and supernatural power. If not, he will be completely exhausted after using 5 Kamui at most. And because of this, he felt the horror of Yuan Kongye. After fighting for so long, her supernatural power is still as terrifying as the ocean. Zhang Yi has a profound experience of the power of Leal 5. This is based on the fact that Yuan Kongye is not proficient in combat experience. As for the others, they can only watch the battle and shout. Even Baili Changqing gave up joining the battle later. In his opinion, in a battle of this level, he would only be a burden in the past, and he was not qualified to join in. Because of this, everyone's attitude towards Zhang Yi changed from being unfavorable at the beginning to being shocked now. This defense is too terrible. Fortunately, we didn't keep fighting with Zhang Yi, otherwise we would be the ones to be destroyed in the end. Xiao Honglian and Wei Dinghai had the same idea in their hearts. But even if we continue like this, it's not a big deal. Meng Xiu looked solemn. Different levels of mutants, the difference in the amount of superpowers in their bodies is also extremely huge. Especially after reaching level 5, it is impossible to understand it with the eyes of ordinary superhumans. Zhang Yi's attack has no effect on her. Even if it can delay her time, she can't win. Once Yuan Kongye gets tired of it, he can just abandon him and attack us first. Everyone's heart sank. What Meng Xiu said was indeed reasonable. Zhang Yi just had a strong defense, so Yuan Kongye couldn't kill him for a while. However, if Yuan Kongye wanted to leave, Zhang Yi couldn't stop him. With telekinesis, her flying speed is not much different from teleportation. She can completely abandon Zhang Yi and kill others first. Except trusting Zhang Yi, we have no other way. Bailey Changqing hugged his arms and said in a deep voice, "If Yuan Kongye really wants to kill us, we will definitely not be able to escape from an Ypsilon." They had even heard of China's first Ypsilon, the mysterious strongman in Shengjing district. He could even kill people thousands of miles away. Everyone knew in their hearts that Bailey Changqing was right. Under the absolute power gap, all small thoughts are in vain. Unless Zhang Yi can beat Yuan Kongye, or at least consume her so much that she is unable to chase, otherwise there is no point in them running. On the battlefield, Zhang Yi and Yuan Kongye have been fighting for more than 10 minutes. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.